Hey, this is Ryan from 60 Cycle Home, the Guitar Podcast. Today I've got a great big pile of pedals from TC Electronic that I'm going to do first impressions of. I'm talking about a pile, I mean it. I've got 8 pedals here. So first off, I've got the Dimension C. I've got the Tube Pilot. I've got the Mocambo, which is like a Tube Screamer style drive, I think. Got the Honey Pot Fuzz. Everyone always needs another fuzz. I'll tell you what. If you get into fuzz, you get addicted. Choka Tremolo. I'm excited about that guy. Crescendo Auto Swell for your slow gear playing needs. Nether Octaver. And outside of that line, because that's all the smorgasbord line, I've got the Quintessence here. They threw that in the box too, so I'll have some fun with that. That's a really complicated pedal compared to the rest of these, so I'm sure I'll barely scratch the surface. Okay, let's start off with the Nether Octaver. It's here at the top, and we'll work our way down. Get some first impressions of this thing. We got dry signal. It turns on. Ooh. It does that cool old school glitch out when you play more than a couple notes. I love just a low octave on single note runs like that. It looks like it's got really basic controls. Dry, octave 1, octave 2. Let's see what that sub octave sounds like. It's a sub octave, that's for sure. Let's keep moving. Let's check out the next pedal. All right, the Choka. Nice hard chop on that. Let's see how soft it can get. It seems like it goes from triangle straight to square. There's not a lot of like a sine wave to it, but that's fine. Yeah, there's no sine wave setting to it. It's just from triangle to square. But if you're looking for a choppy tremolo, these are like 50, 60 bucks. There it is. Crescendo Auto Swell. Crescendo or is it Crescendo? I think it's Crescendo. I'm famously bad at pronunciation. This is obviously a take on the Boss slow gear. There it is. Well, it does what a slow gear does. It blends your volume in and out based on the dynamics of your playing. It's neat to have one of these in a budget price range. I'm sure it'll be $50 or $60, something like that. Totally useful tool for people to mess around with, experiment. It might be the perfect little thing for whatever song you're working on. Let's move on to the honeypot. This is supposed to be like a big muff style fuzz. Which means you're supposed to turn it all the way up, honestly. I think they got another winner here. I was a big fan of the Rusty Fuzz in their first run of these affordable pedals. I think this is another great fuzz. $50 or $60, whatever these things are going to be. It's a great sounding, like distortion, 90s sounding fuzz. Sounds pretty good light gain too. I mean, light gain for a fuzz. It's got a nice warm breakup to it. I like that. All right, let's try out the Mocambo next. So when I covered the first batch of Smorgasbord of Tone pedals from TC Electronic, I commented that they were missing a light gain pedal. They had the Cinders Overdrive, which was really pretty high gain, and then they had a couple distortions and a fuzz. This fills a Tube Screamer role, which was greatly missing from the lineup. You need to have like a take on a Tube Screamer in your pedal line, no matter what pedal line it is. I mean, everyone uses Tube Screamers. Everyone needs to have one, even if it's just in their closet waiting for that one moment where you need it. So let's check this thing out. Let's see how it sounds. Definitely does that Tube Screamery, like tight, fizzy gain sort of thing. I'm just going to twist some knobs and explore this guy. Doesn't seem like it gets as high gain as most Tube Screamers, but that's honestly not a bad thing. Tube Screamers usually shine in their lighter gain settings. Let's try it nice and light. I think that's a great sounding Tube Screamer drive there. Nice and fizzy, nice and warm. It's got a good full body to it. It's not as heavy on the mid hump as a lot of Tube Screamers can be. So maybe I'll do a video here in the future shooting it out against a couple other Tube Screamer style pedals that I have around here to see how it compares. All right, on to the Tube Pilot. Next drive pedal. Oh, there it is. This apparently has a real tube in it. You just watched it warm up when it turned on there when I plugged it in. Really crispy, really clean, articulate, crispy dirt on that. Let's try turning it down and then turning it up. That sounds great. It's got a lot of high-end grit to it, but the grit's really nice and loose and kind of random feeling. Getting little spikes here and there of grindy, gritty, nasty grit that I think that's really cool. I think I'm gonna have a ton of fun with this pedal. I'm looking forward to doing a lot more with it. It's got a tube in there. It's really bright. It's got a lot of gain on top, but it also gets really nice and light gainy. So I have a feeling that's going to be one of my favorites so far. All right, the Third Dimension Chorus. This is based on the Boss Dimension C chorus, which is an 80s classic. Not a lot of controls on this, you'd think. There's just 4 buttons you can press or depress for different sounds. That gives you 16 different combinations with this pedal. Let's see how it sounds, huh? Let's see what this chorus pedal is like. So that's with all the buttons to press, and I'm just going to start fiddling around with this thing. It sounds like each button is just a little bit deeper, and then you can stack them all and combine them. That's lush. Not bad. It's got that really lush 80s like Police new wave sort of tone going on without having a detuned warble to it. I think it's going to be a totally usable chorus. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to play around with. I'm looking forward to doing the full demo. All right, what's left? The Quintessence is all that's left. The more complicated pedal. Let's just go over this thing real quick, huh? All right, I have no idea what this thing is going to do. This was a surprise to me to get this. That's a weird sound out of the box, and I'm going to say that I don't hate it. That was fun. Let's put it on mash and see what happens. Okay, I think I put it into a range where I'm going to be able to mentally process what's happening. It's in the key of A, scale's PH, and the harmony is a fifth. This seems like a pedal for people who are big music theory nerds. I don't know if I'm smart enough for this thing. I'm going to check it out, though. I'll do a full demo of the Quintessence and all these other pedals. I just wanted to get some first impressions out of the way. I'm glad I did. This is quite a journey. A lot of pedals to cover coming up. Please like, subscribe, dislike. Tell me things about me that you don't like. I can handle it. I promise. It's not going to ruin our relationship. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Later.